This chat bubble is brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head over to netflix.com/GamebreakerTV. Hello again, my name's Olivia Grace, and I'm here today with another chat bubble for you. Today our topic is free-to-play, buy-to-play, subscription, or other. How do you want to pay for your games? So obviously we all know what these different things mean. Subscription implies that there's an initial shell out followed by a monthly cost. Perhaps the initial shell out is lower, but perhaps it's not. Perhaps it's kind of the same as a buy-to-play game where you have an initial purchase but no ongoing monthly subscription. However, future expansions or future additions may come at an additional cost. So that's kind of the buy-to-play option, which is defined from subscription by the lack of a recurring subscription. There we go. And then you've got free to play, where there's normally no initial outlay, but you do have microtransactions occurring within the game. So often, for example, you can buy currency, you could buy items, you can buy things to basically help you through the game. In some less favourable free to play models, the cost of items or the cost of the microtransactions and the nature of them means that they're more restrictive than in some other games. So which do I prefer? I always object to free-to-play games which follow this microtransaction model. I hate it how it interrupts the gameplay sometimes, and I'm not talking about all games here which are free-to-play. There are obviously exceptions to this. But when you're bimbling around, doing your thing, and you get to a point and then this little sort of pop-up appears saying, hey, do you want to spend some money? Do you want to click an advert? Do you want to go to our sponsors page? I kind of resent that. But obviously these games need to have a way to make money. So I don't resent them trying to make money. I just I resent the method by which they're doing it with that free to play plus microtransactions method. Buy to play is fantastic. It's anything which doesn't interrupt gameplay and doesn't make me feel like I should be shelling out additional sums of real money. That makes me happy. I like that as a model. I like the fact also that with, buy-to-play games, you buy them and if you don't play them, you're not losing out. Like you don't have this feeling like you do with World of Warcraft, for example, where if you don't play for 2 months, you're sort of thinking, oh, that's 2 months of subscription that I just wasted. I could have spent that money on chocolate or hats. It's not so bad with a buy-to-play game if you just want to take a little break from it. Or, it's fine if you don't actually enjoy the game that much. You can dip in and out every now and then. And for me, because I don't feel like I'm spending money on it constantly, I don't feel bad about maybe not making the most of it, if you see what I mean. Subscription models, obviously you all know I'm a WoW fan, so that obviously means that I'm not that bad about subscription models either. I'm trying to figure out, and maybe you can help here. Maybe do let me know what you think, because obviously I always love reading your comments. I almost think I prefer a subscription model to the free-to-play microtransaction type model, but with the important qualification that I would always want to be able to try a game before subscribing to it. So I wouldn't want to go straight into a game, start paying a subscription without having at least had a go at it. So again, talking about Warcraft, there is the opportunity to level to 20 without paying at all. So that also offers at the moment, since Mists of Pandaria, since 5.0.4, that also offers all of the races. But it's a good idea to have that trial element there so that you can just have a go and see if you like the game enough to be shelling out like $15 a month for it. Of the three, I would probably say for me personally, the best is the buy to play. But again, I think it's perhaps a symptom of this sort of, it's so rubbish to say the day and age we live in, but that, to say, I always want to try things before I buy them. And that's probably unfair of me, because these games do have to make money. And speaking of which, there's been some really interesting news lately, which our own Troy Blackburn has been covering, about Neverwinter and Dirty Bomb, both of which have these things called founder packs, or I can't remember exactly what they're both called, but basically a thing that you can buy that gets you into the alpha. So these are free-to-play games, but the packs that they can purchase, they come with all sorts of other stuff. So all sorts of the Neverwinter one offers an additional class, various bits and bobs. There's normally art stuff, there's normally in-game items, all manner of things, good or bad. So I I don't know about this. This is kind of one of the things that these gaming companies are obviously doing to try and make sure that they're getting their money back for the cost of making the game. And that to me seems crazy. I mean, would you spend $200 to $320 to get into an alpha for a free to play? Because I don't think I would. No. But yeah, so anyway, going back on topic now. I really don't like it where it's sort of this constant interruption to your gaming. And once I'd had a go at a game, I'd almost prefer to pay a subscription, like a monthly fee, in order to avoid the interruptions to the game. Now, Gary Gannon has an interesting opinion on this, and we were discussing this in Mumble the other day. And he says, well, Olivia, it's just because you haven't found a game that you enjoy enough that you're happy to shell out those small transactions for. He asserts that the actual overall cost of a free-to-play game with the sort of microtransaction business model is around the same as you would pay with a subscription game. It's an interesting position, one which I have yet to do any mathematical research on, but do let me know what you think. So, what's the question here? I mean, if I found a game that I really, really loved and I've just finally got League of Legends to install and I have high hopes for that one, would I be happy to do microtransactions? Good question. And one which I don't really know the answer to yet, having not really found a free-to-play game that I've fallen in love with to the same extent as I've fallen in love with WoW. Do let me know what you think about this in the comments in the article below. I always enjoy reading your comments. And as always, guys, keep it locked and dialed to Gamebreaker TV for all your gaming needs.